Get ready for a clash of titans in the world of bears, the Kodiak Bear versus the Polar Bear. These two colossal bears, each reigning over distinct habitats, are set to engage in a battle of strength, endurance, and survival skills. Who will triumph in this ultimate bear showdown? Description and physical characteristics. The Kodiak Bear, a subspecies of the brown bear, is one of the largest land carnivores on Earth. Males typically stand 8 to 10 feet, 2.4 to 3 meters, tall when on their hind legs and weigh between 800 to 900 kilograms. 1,500 pounds, 360 to 680 kilograms, with some individuals reaching up to 1,500 pounds, 680 kilograms or more. Their fur ranges from blonde to dark brown, and they have a prominent hump on their shoulders formed by muscle mass. Kodiak bears have powerful limbs, sharp claws, and strong jaws, making them formidable predators. In contrast, the polar bear is the largest bear species and the largest land carnivore. Adult males stand about 8 to 10 feet, 2.4 to 3 meters, tall and weigh between 900 to 1,800 kilograms, 1,600 pounds, 410 to 725 kilograms, with some exceptional individuals weighing up to 2,000 pounds, 900 kilograms. Polar bears have a distinctive white or yellowish fur that provides camouflage in their icy habitat. They possess a layer of blubber for insulation against the cold, powerful limbs, sharp claws, and strong jaws designed for hunting seals. This showdown pits the Kodiak bear's brute strength and terrestrial prowess against the polar bear's endurance and aquatic hunting abilities. Each bear's physical characteristics and adaptations are key to their survival and dominance in their respective environments. Feeding and survival strategies. Kodiak bears are omnivores with a diverse diet that includes plants, berries, fish, and mammals. During the summer and fall, they primarily feed on salmon, which is abundant in their habitat. Kodiak bears rely on their keen sense of smell to locate food and use their powerful claws and jaws to catch and consume their prey. They accumulate fat reserves to sustain themselves through the winter hibernation period, during which they rely on stored energy. Polar bears are hypercarnivorous, with a diet almost exclusively composed of seals. They primarily hunt ringed and bearded seals, using their exceptional swimming abilities and patience to catch their prey. Polar bears employ a technique called still hunting, where they wait by seal breathing holes in the ice and ambush seals when they surface. They also scavenge on carcasses and can fast for extended periods when food is scarce, relying on their fat reserves. The feeding and survival strategies of these bears highlight their adaptations to their respective ecological niches. The Kodiak bear's opportunistic diet contrasts with the polar bear's specialized hunting techniques. Natural habitats and distribution. Kodiak bears are native to the Kodiak archipelago in Alaska, where they inhabit coastal areas, forests, and alpine meadows. Their habitat provides abundant food sources, especially during the salmon spawning season. The bear's activities, such as digging for roots and catching fish, play a role in nutrient cycling and ecosystem health. Polar bears are found throughout the circumpolar Arctic, primarily on sea ice and along coastlines. Their habitat is characterized by extreme cold, ice, and snow. Polar bears rely on sea ice as a platform for hunting seals and traveling long distances. The seasonal melting and freezing of sea ice significantly influence their movement and behavior. The distinct habitats of these bears influence their physical adaptations and survival strategies. The Kodiak bear's forested and coastal environment contrasts with the polar bear's icy, aquatic world. Social behavior and reproduction. Kodiak bears are generally solitary, with males and females coming together only during the breeding season. However, they may congregate in areas with abundant food, such as salmon streams. Kodiak bears communicate through vocalizations, body language, and scent marking. Females give birth to 1 to 4 cubs during hibernation, and the cubs stay with their mothers for about 2 to 3 years, learning survival skills and foraging techniques. Polar bears are also solitary, with the exception of mothers with cubs and mating pairs. They have large home ranges and rely on their keen sense of smell to locate food and potential mates. Polar bear mothers give birth to 1 to 3 cubs in dens made of snow and ice. The cubs remain with their mother for about 2.5 years, during which time she teaches them hunting and survival skills. Threats and predators. Kodiak bears face threats from habitat loss, human-wildlife conflict, and climate change. Human activities such as logging and development can disrupt their habitats and food sources. Additionally, climate change affects salmon populations, which are crucial for the bear's diet. While adult Kodiak bears have no natural predators, cubs may fall prey to other bears or large carnivores. Polar bears are threatened by climate change, habitat loss, and pollution. The melting of sea ice due to global warming reduces their hunting grounds and access to seals, leading to decreased food availability and increased fasting periods. Pollution, particularly oil spills and industrial chemicals, also pose significant risks to their health. Adult polar bears have no natural predators, but cubs can be vulnerable to male polar bears and other predators in the harsh Arctic environment. Both species highlight the urgent need for conservation efforts to protect these iconic bears and their habitats. Kodiak bear versus polar bear. The fight. Imagine a rugged coastal area where the Kodiak bear and the polar bear are about to face off. This hypothetical battle will test the strength, endurance, and survival skills of these two formidable bears. Kodiak bear, advantages, massive size and strength, powerful claws and jaws, adaptability to a diverse diet, high endurance and stamina. Disadvantages: less adapted to cold environments, limited swimming capabilities compared to the polar bear, dependence on seasonal food sources. Polar bear, advantages: exceptional swimming abilities and endurance, thick blubber for insulation in cold environments, powerful limbs and sharp claws for hunting seals, high adaptability to extreme conditions. Disadvantages: less diverse diet, primarily dependent on seals, vulnerable to food scarcity due to climate change, lower stamina on land compared to in water. In this ultimate bear showdown, the Kodiak bear's terrestrial strength and adaptability will be tested against the polar bear's aquatic prowess and endurance. As the two bears face each other, the Kodiak bear might use its sheer size and strength to intimidate the polar bear, employing its powerful claws and jaws in a close combat situation. The polar bear, on the other hand, could rely on its swimming abilities and endurance, potentially using the nearby water to its advantage. The Kodiak bear's experience in terrestrial environments and diverse diet could give it an edge in a prolonged encounter, while the polar bear's specialization in aquatic hunting and extreme endurance would be advantageous in a water-based confrontation. The rugged coastal environment provides both challenges and opportunities for each bear's tactics. Ultimately, the Kodiak bear's superior terrestrial strength and adaptability might give it the upper hand over the polar bear's specialized aquatic abilities. However, the outcome could vary depending on the specific circumstances of the encounter. The winner of this bear showdown is the Kodiak bear. Its massive size, strength, and adaptability give it an edge over the polar bear's aquatic prowess and endurance. This primal clash highlights the incredible adaptations and survival strategies of these majestic bears. The Kodiak bear's victory reaffirms its status as one of the top terrestrial predators. This encounter underscores the importance of physical adaptations and strategic thinking in the animal kingdom. While the polar bear's swimming abilities and endurance were impressive, the Kodiak bear's superior strength and adaptability ultimately tipped the scales in its favor. Let us know who you think should win in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.